cushioned your neck between the couch arm
Ah.
and the couch, so you get this perfectly sloped sleeping angle. And when you don't feel well, you need that sloped sleeping angle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you can't breathe because your sinuses are clogged and all the fun stuff.
We're live on the internet.
Long story short, I need more friendly ergonomic pillows.
More friendly ergonomic pillows.
More friendly ergonomic pillows. One is not enough. Oh my word. Guys, as YouTube informs everybody and people go, they're live. I literally this morning told another person on Instagram that we weren't going to be live today.
Well, we weren't going to, but now we are because technical and scheduling difficulties.
And I have. And none of these problems are base problems, because why? Jocelyn doesn't have basic tech problems. Jocelyn has what have you broken problems, and that you're not supposed to be able to do that problems.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why your Zoom just doesn't want to recognize that headphones exist when everything else does.
You should have seen me this morning. I had to reprocess the base updates to the new computer because I can watch YouTube videos, I can play video games, but I can't stream from streaming services on the video card.
It's definitely capable of that because I definitely used it for that.
Yesterday, I was streaming a video game on Discord. Everything worked fine.
Yes, I was there. I saw it. It worked.
This morning, I couldn't watch Netflix. Anybody wants interesting computer problems, email me at all right. Impromptu live. This is delightful. It is Sunday. It is March something or other. 12th.
13th. It's the 13th today. Yeah.
13th today. Oy vey. We have just recently had birthdays. The podcast birthday is technically this week because we usually just celebrate it right after our birthdays.
Yeah, it's close enough. Yeah, I think we recorded around this week, 5 years ago.
Somewhere.
It's wild to say.
Around there. So here's an impromptu live because Jocelyn has a skill set. And while that skill set is really only useful if I worked in being paid to break technology, I am not paid to break technology. I actually need it to function. So I am on my phone and we're live.
And I'm away as of like 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, so I really don't have time to edit this week.
You do not. You do not. So here we are. We'll get this party started. I don't know if anyone's in chat, but we will get.
Yeah, we actually do have some people in chat. I'm so amazed. Hey! Rita's in chat. Sandy's in chat. They say happy birthday. Melanie says happy birthday, but she has to run to go watch Star Trek Picard. Fair.
That's fair.
It's fair. Sandy's in chat.
I'm not as pretty as Picard. I totally understand.
We watched it the other day. I like it. I like it.
Okay. Oh, all right. Well then, we'll get started.
Naughty Thistle and Lindsay.
Oh my goodness.
There's actually I'm surprised that and Lisa's here. Happy all the birthdays. I'm so surprised there's people actually here because it's such a weird time, spur of the moment.
That's what I say. Okay, let's start with an intro.
All right. Let's do the thing.
Let's do the thing. All right, guys. Welcome to the Northern Knits podcast. We're two friends in fibre who knit, craft, crochet, and talk everything in between. My name is Jocelyn, and my co-host is
Diana.
I have no flippin' idea what episode number this is.
It's 258.
Thank you. But here we are on Sunday the 13th, I'm told, and we did not plan a live, which is hilarious because next Sunday we're live for a cast-on party.
I know.
So somehow
it's a month of lives.
A month of lives, unintentionally. Okay, here we go. Guys. It's why they call it a shakedown cruise. It's why you have to do it. It's why you need to test run the stuff, and you just deal with the errors as they come up. And in theory, in 7 days, I've figured out all the weird things that my computer doesn't want to do. The new computer doesn't want to do, and fix them.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. I'll keep fiddling with stuff till I get it to work. That's how that works. Or
Yep.
I get angry and call my brother-in-law to rescue me. One of the two will happen.
Yep. Oh, in chat, Alice is asking, whose birthday? Everybody's.
Both.
Everybody. Both of us and the podcast. It's everybody's birthday.
Well, I turned 39.
Oh, and hers is St. Patrick's Day, so happy early birthday.
Sweet. Oh, yeah, Aaron's birthday's the 16th. So, like, it's all the birthdays. It's all the birthdays.
So it's everybody's birthday. So general happy birthday to everybody.
Birthday. Yeah, I turned 39 on Thursday. Diana officially went 31.
Yep, not 32. I was not turning 32. I turned 31 on Friday.
Friday, yep. And the podcast got older this week. So the podcast is 5, though. So, like, really, we're just going to preschool in my case.
Well, no, it's kindergarten this year.
Is it kindergarten this year?
I know.
It has been a very long time.
They grow up so fast.
My niece was young enough for me to remember what age goes with what. She's 15 and dating. I don't know, guys. I don't know. 15 and dating.
Oh, Sandy's birthday is the 26th.
Ah,
it's a good birthday month. Birthday.
It is a good birthday month. Birthday month. On the bright side, that means I actually have yarn on the go, and I have things that left with me, so I have cool threads even. What?
Okay.
Because I went out this week for my birthday. I know, shocking. Shocking. Am I paying for it now? Probably. To be honest. I'm probably paying for it now. Listen,
do what
not
we can.
Not all of us will have siblings that will get on a bus to come visit us for a birthday.
Well, I mean, it was kind of far.
Train? Did you come by train or did you go by bus?
Bus. Train doesn't run on weekends, turns out.
Weird, but okay. You'd think a train would run on the weekends.
You would think maybe people would want to go into Toronto on the weekend on the train.
Weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
rather than
no.
having to drive in. Okay, cool. What do I know?
Yeah,
I
no.
know nothing.
Only buses on the weekend.
Sure. Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
Okay. Fine. We should start with what's in our cup, guys. If it looks like I'm moving very gingerly, it's because I am. Because I am. I've been waiting for my back to release the muscle tension all week. It has. Not in the direction I needed it to. In my cup. I have some turmeric ginger tea because it is the fastest tea to make because I don't like sugar in it and it's difficult to oversteep it. It just becomes a stronger turmeric flavor.
Which is not a bad thing.
Just not a bad thing. So for me, it makes a lot of sense. I thought about maybe some sunny orange and ginger. And my David's tea order has not arrived yet. I was hoping it would show up here this week because then I have some fancy new David's tea to drink. Yeah.
Nice.
Spoiler alert, I ordered all the things I like from David's tea that I know I can drink.
Makes sense.
They'll just be new here because I haven't talked about them for a while.
Oh, Susanna's in chat as well. She's making supper.
Hi, Susanna.
I'm so amazed how many people are actually here.
I'm stoked. I'm glad.
I'm doing a very foolish thing, and I'm
caffeine?
Still drinking coffee. It is just about 6 o'clock for me, and I'm still drinking coffee. This is my second and a half cup of coffee.
You're not sleeping?
No, well, see, I'm traveling tomorrow, so I probably wasn't going to sleep anyway, so, like, it doesn't really matter what I do.
So you just decided to make sure it wasn't even a remote possibility by feeding yourself caffeine at 6 o'clock?
Well, see, you know how fast I drink cups of coffee?
You have a cup warmer for a reason, dear.
Yeah, I do. So, like, this coffee got made at about 1 p.m.
Oh my god.
And I'm still drinking it.
Oh my
It's been microwaved a couple times.
What? No world.
I know. I should not still be drinking this. I should have given this up hours ago. But I'm going to drink it, gosh darn it.
I'll have 2 cups of coffee in a day, and I'll make 1 French pot, like 1 full French press full for the 2 cups in a day, and I'll microwave the second cup of coffee. But unless I'm visiting my mother, I never have to microwave the first cup of coffee. Why, do you ask? Because I'll start talking to my mom and lose track of time. Or we'll get ready to go do something and I'll forget that I started a cup of coffee, leave the house, come back hours later and go, oh, right, I was doing a thing. Yep. Doesn't happen on my own. Happens with my mom. Oh my God, it takes you so long to drink a cup of coffee.
So, witness me make mistakes that I will regret later.
I understand the Discord messaging that's going to come to me tonight when you can't sleep and you wonder if I'm conscious.
Yeah, it's fine. I still got to pack.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, it's like 3 days, so like, I gotta do some laundry before I can pack.
Take the suitcase.
Oh yeah, the big suitcase is coming. I'm also board game champion, because we're playing board games one of the days. And so I need to bring some board games. So I'm just bringing the big suitcase.
Pack the small board games.
Oh, I'm packing the small board games in the big suitcase. And then I have lots of room for yarn still.
Good. Because that needs to happen. Also, if you find a wooden yarn bowl or another wooden item you'd like to pick up as your 5th anniversary present, can you do so and then send me a receipt so I can give you money for it?
Yes, I can do that.
Thank you.
I don't know what because I have all the tools that I need, so I'm like, I don't even know what I want. I could use another yarn bowl.
Yeah, and get another yarn bowl. Get a nice pretty one. Get one that holds like giant cakes or something. I don't care what you buy yourself. I just need a receipt and I spent $60 on myself, so there's your budget.
Okay.
And that's
get myself
taxes.
A thing.
Get yourself a thing.
I'll find a pretty wooden thing.
Yeah. Guys, it's so hard to get her to spend money on herself. I started this quest in December.
I know.
December.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm like this. I'm sorry you have to put up with me.
I don't mind. It's just, you're always so happy when you have it, and you always go, oh, I wish I would have bought that thing, and you don't buy it. And I'm like, what is wrong with you?
Sometimes I buy the thing, and then I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have bought the thing, because now I have too many things.
I do think you need to go back to picking up travel yarn, because traveling is becoming a thing again. Because then you can
I definitely need travel yarn. Travel yarn will happen. That is in fact the plan. After I check into my hotel, I'm meeting up with Tracy and we're gonna go yarn shopping.
Good, because you made that there and back again shawl, which was a find your fade, out of your travel yarn. That was amazing because it had a story. But imagine if you picked up the colors for like another Ome tee, and it's your travel Ome tee.
Just like I was wondering what shawl I should bring, and I'm like, I should bring the Find Your Fade because that's, in addition to being all of the travel yarn, it's also the thing I wore last time I traveled.
Oh my God, yeah. That should totally go.
Like my last trip pre-pandemic.
Yeah, absolutely. That should absolutely go. Decision made.
Done.
Glad to help you. This is so not a podcast. Guys, do you have any cool threads?
I was wearing the Cozy Up Knits MCal from last year that I still don't remember the name of. Was it my sister's favorite things?
Favorite things?
No, I feel like that wasn't it. Maybe it was. I honestly do not remember.
It's 2021's Mystery MCal.
Yeah.
Just remember the year.
Yeah.
I'm sure chat will correct you in a few seconds. Someone will know the answer for us.
I've been wearing that in my headband because it's just winter's having its last hurrah this weekend. Like, we're going up to 16 on Wednesday. Like, spring starts tomorrow. But it snowed like 4 inches this weekend.
Word. No. Do you know how bad my head were hurt? Like, we're like minus 11. We went up to 16 in like a day. Oh, God,
we're sitting at like -1 right now, and we're going up to 16 in a few days.
We were minus 21 a couple of days ago. We're minus 11. Then there's like 4s or 2s, or it keeps changing, right? Sometime this week. So we're about to hit lake season, which is right on time because spring starts on the 20th. And we're just about to lake season here. So our spring is running fairly on schedule. Here's hoping for a low snow melt, because snowbanks out by your brother-in-law's house are my shoulder height or higher.
That's ridiculous. Everybody keeps telling me how much snow there is, and I don't remember there being that much snow in Winnipeg in a very long time. Like, it wasn't shoulder height since I was short. I don't remember shoulder height snow since I was short.
It's been since the 90s. And since the 90s, since we've had this much snow, I suspect.
Yeah, since I was short.
Not in the slightest. Not in the slightest. Guys, I spent my childhood in a place that got snowbanks as tall as trucks. Shoulder height, well, high. It's not the highest snowbank I have ever seen in my life. And I don't mean those cute little sports trucks people drive. I mean big old
the working trucks.
Yeah. Nobody drove a cute little sports truck up north. They drove the big trucks.
No, you'd lose the sports truck in the snow.
You would lose the sports truck in the snow.
It would lose to a polar bear.
The big trucks occasionally lose to polar bears. So yeah,
fair.
Unless it's one of those tundra vehicles, trucks also lose to polar bears. But bears didn't really come in the city too often. The caribou did. So that was common sight. But not so much the bears. Though unless you were out at the garbage dump, because yeah, bears were there all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Easy food. I don't blame the bears. Anyway, because it was my birthday week, I went out a bunch this week.
Where'd you go?
Primary, I went to Newburger the day before my birthday. And then I went to Stella's for pancakes on my birthday. Because pancakes.
Mm-hmm.
And then Friday was Path to Glory, so I was out Friday. And then I stayed home yesterday.
Whoa.
I was out 3 days in a row. That's a lot of out. That's
a lot of out on a regular world, but like post-pandemic, that's a lot of out.
And we're not post-pandemic. We're still in a pandemic. We're just now ignoring it.
We're late pandemic. Maybe? I don't know. We're post, we've decided it's over pandemic.
Yeah. We've decided it's done. It's not done with us, but we're going to pretend it's not real anymore. So, okay, cool. So that's fine. I stuck to my favorite cardigan, which just means I need to make more of cardigans in this shape because it is my go-to wear all the time cardigan. And that is my mallow cardigan with the lace back detailing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I wore it Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday with everything because it's a perfect DK weight, open front drapey cardigan that isn't baggier than all get out. And it goes over clothes and you wear it and it's done. It fits under coat, so I'm like, cool. So I
gotta make one of those. I gotta do that.
Fingering weight cardigans. I've been looking at the rosette sweater, which I bought and I have the yarn for 2 years ago almost now? Over a year ago now. Because I bought the pattern because I really liked it. And then I got the January Sock Club yarn from last year in a sweater quantity. To make the sweater. I think I'm going to convert it into an open front cardigan. I need more cardigans in my life, guys. That's what it is. I gotta stop with the pullovers. I gotta make cardigans.
Yes. We don't wear pullovers, so I make pullovers.
I like the worsted weight pullovers because then in the spring and the fall I don't have to wear a coat.
Oh, okay. There's that.
Yeah. But I do need more cardigans because I wear those more often. So I'm going to do that. Changing of my goals slightly. And I mean, I've got the festive yoke Christmas sweater, but I've only done the ribbing on it, so I may honestly... No, I think I'm making the cardigan version. I'm going to have to double check. I think I bought the cardigan version for that, so it's a cardigan. Scandier knits. If it's not a cardigan, I'm going to pull out the ribbing, and I'm going to restart it, and I'm going to make it a cardigan. But I think I got the cardigan version, so...
Suzanne is suggesting make the pullover, then steek it.
Which works so long as I'm working in a non-superwash yarn or in a superwash yarn that I can zip up the side with a sewing machine just to catch the threads. But I would prefer to stick to steeking stuff that I have in a non-superwash so that I've got that extra grip and I know that it's secure. And some of the things I'm making because in the fall I like a pullover. It's what the Wood Woes is for. The fall collection cardigan with all the Halloween fall collection pullover pattern I picked up, which is Halloween, guys. It is Halloween charts. It is just Halloween charts and a sweater formula. And you get your formula set up, and you insert whatever chart you want, and you make a Halloween cardigan. That is going to be top down all over color work for days, and I'm sneaking that, but that one's getting, yeah. But if I'm smart about it,
man, I want one of those.
If I'm smart about it, I either convert it to a cardigan format so it's done when I'm finished, or I steek it, because I color work flat's hard, so do it in the round and then steek it.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna have to sew on that one because it'll be out of superwash, right? So like superwash doesn't have the tooth to hold itself very well.
Yeah.
So I'd have to sew. I probably would double up. I'd do a sew securing and a crochet secure at the same time, just to be positive that it's not gonna fall apart. Because wow, would that make me angry? Wow, would that make me angry? But like the superwash stuff I have, like the 8-bit, it's so sticky. It's
not going anywhere. No, absolutely not.
I've dropped stitches and the stitches don't even shrink. They just chill.
They just stay there.
They just chill. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just steeking it. I know it's fine. I'm just steeking it.
Okay.
It's good. Not worried about non-superwash at all. Oh well. It is what it is. What I was talking about what I was wearing. Derailed.
We did yarn on the go. Is it time to talk about what we're working on?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I didn't really wear anything else. Oh, I wore my everyday slouchy beanie. Coming home Friday from Path to Glory because it was like 11 o'clock at night. And I couldn't put my foot in boots, so I had them in sneakers. So my legs were a little chilled. -20 is not sneaker weather.
No, it's really not. It's really not. Really not.
So that was a thing for me this weekend. But yeah, we can talk about what we're working on. I'm done with everything else. Because what I worked on in my yarn on the go, I can talk about in my woolly workings.
All right. I think we have the same number of things, so I don't know.
We do.
Do you want to start and keep it traditional?
Because it creeps you out when you have to go first.
It's too weird. It's too weird.
I have been working on a new cast on. We can thank Sherry on Patreon for the diversion. Being the pro enabler that she is. And boy, is she a pro enabler. We were chatting, and I was talking about what I needed to prep to take with me to go out, because I like to have a knitting project with me when I'm out, just in case I get the chance. I cannot lean. My back hurts so bad.
Do not lean. Don't do it.
Do not lean. Don't do it.
Leaning bad.
Leaning bad. So I needed something roundy-ish, right? And the closest thing I had earlier this week was the stripy sock, which roundy, but it's not self-striping sock yarn, so you kind of have to pay attention to how many rows you've knit.
Right. Okay.
I wouldn't have to as much if I was doing them 2 at a time, because then obviously the stripes would be the same, even if they were one stripe more here or there randomly. Yeah. But I'm not, so it's a concern, because I can't tell the difference till it's finished. And the stripes don't light up, and it would irritate me. So she was like, oh, well, why don't you start the muscle burrow hat? I want to start a muscle burrow hat. I was looking at a muscle burrow hat. I was thinking, that's a good idea. It's a roundy knit. It doesn't matter what your gauge is, because they have you cast on. Do your increases, like do your first section of increases, till you're able to measure the work to the inch to get your stitch gauge per inch. And then they have charts, and you line up your stitches per inch to the chart. And then you line that up with what size of hat you want. That tells you how many stitches you need on each side to have a hat big enough for you.
Lets you just cast on and go. And without swatching, because the swatch is built in.
The swatch is built in.
That's so clever.
Is that stuff amazing?
I love that.
So I was like, okay, maybe I should do that. Of course, Sherry talked me into it by saying, hey, and I was like, of course. And I wanted to do it out of that hand spun that the other Jocelyn gave me. So I've been working on the muscle burrow hat.
Whoa! And suddenly there's a hat. Holy, okay.
Well, it's one long tube. And what's going to happen at the halfway point, like once I've got enough of this, that I have a slouchy hat and a big brim section, is I switch to a second color, and I think it's going to be this color because these colors look good together.
Oh, yes. I
and
like
I
that.
asked, and I asked earlier, and Asa said cream, and Asa's always right about these things. So I'm going to do that. And then the second half of the tube is in the other color. And then what you do at the end is you decrease, bind off, and then shove one end in on the other. So it's a double layer hat with a quadruple layered brim.
That's going to be so cozy.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's a proper winter hat there.
Proper winter hat. So it's why it's been on the list for a while, because, well, I want a proper winter hat, right?
Yeah.
But look at this. Hand spun, self-striping. Just look at that beauty.
That is very, very pretty. I love that very much.
Isn't it so gorgeous? So I'm going to try to give it back to the owner who gave it to me in the first place, the person who spun the yarn. And I'm not doing too bad. Like, I'm getting pretty far down. Doing the super scientific measuring method of sticking it on my head every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a finished object. It's still on the needles. So I'm doing that until I have an appropriate amount of slouch and appropriate amount of, it covers my glasses, like to my nose, so that when I flip my brim up, it's a nice big fat brim.
Mm-hmm.
Because really, in this part of the world, I want a brim that covers all of my ears.
Yes.
All of my ears.
The best brims are the ones that you can unroll like down to your chin.
Otherwise, you freeze the bottom parts of your earlobes.
Yes, and it's terrible.
Because it hurts.
It's so much worse if you happen to have earrings in, because then they get so cold, and it's just... it hurts.
Even worse. It hurts so bad. I remember when the top of my ear was pierced up here. Oh, I wore hats, guys.
That's a special kind of cold.
It's a special kind of cold. So I am just knitting roundy on a muscle burl hat. Should I intend to cast this on this week? No. Is that the plan this week? No. Should I be working on my sweater for the podcast anniversary? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't lean, Douglas. Do not lean. Sorry, I'm adjusting my friendly ergonomic pillow. Guys, it's like the one piece of swag I will sell to everybody. It's just the handiest piece of swag ever.
The friendly ergonomic pillow.
It fits perfectly behind your back. And Diana got us ones on the Shopify store with our logo on them.
Yeah.
And they fit perfectly in the couch, between the couch and the couch arm. So when you take a nap on the couch, your neck's at the exact perfect angle. That's not too high and it's not too low. Oh, so good. Oh. And today, because my back spasmed, it's great in my back. That's the reason I want the other one, so I can put them under my arms when I'm sitting here and I'm doing work, and then my arms are at the proper angle.
Mm-hmm. That's usually how I end up using mine.
Yep. So there you go. There's my first project.
All right.
The cream is Briggs and Little. The cream is Briggs and Little Sport.
Okay. I guess I will start with the thing that has the least amount of work, which is I wove in the ends on the mitts that you gave me for Christmas.
Well, that's good, because I sure didn't.
So these were the Maika mitts, Maika, as I recall.
Yeah.
And they ended up being my Christmas presents. So they came with ends not woven in, because I'm a knitter, capable of weaving in my own ends. So I finally did that, because I figured they would be a really great thing to bring with me to Vancouver, because it's like 10 degrees and rainy, and that seems like perfect fingerless mitt weather.
It is perfect fingerless mitt weather.
And I intend to wear a black jacket for the entire week, and some nice white mittens with color work would pop so well. So that's the plan.
Yeah, that's out of alpaca, and then the color work is in Fireweed Fiber Co. DK, the cactus colorway.
Saguaro.
Thank you.
I remember. So, yeah.
I don't.
So there, it's a finished object.
Oh, on your head.
It's been properly finished.
I think I literally gave them to you. You opened the box and I said, I don't do ends. I don't do ends. I weave in the ends for my stuff for my mom and my niece.
I can do my own ends. I'm capable of it. So those are all ready to go to Vancouver tomorrow.
Ah, beautiful. With your find your fade and your black coat. Oh, it's gonna look so good.
Yeah.
Looks so good.
I'm gonna be the most stylish person in the airport tomorrow.
That's fair.
That might be a lie. I'm just going to be the Toronto airport, and there's probably some fairly stylish people in a Toronto International Airport, but I'm going to be up there.
You're going to be up there?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the goal.
Sure. Next time we fly, I'm wearing a dress. I don't care. It's just more comfortable. It's just more comfortable.
Alpaca sheds. It's on my microphone. It's on my nose. Oh!
And now we're a complete podcast because Diana's eating fiber.
Yeah. Beware when working with alpaca. Do not inhale sharply.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Your turn. Carry on.
Oh, goodness. All right. I suppose while you're checking chat, I can talk about my other knitting project this week.
Oh, Susanna says, don't let me forget that Sam is outside. Don't forget, Susanna. Okay. Sam's outside.
Sam's outside.
And Sherry was saying pink to your hat.
Pink. It is very pink. It is very pink. I love it quite a bit. All right. I am ready to split for sleeves.
Nice.
Now, the reason that this wasn't my travel and knitting yarn this week is because I am splitting for sleeves. This is the red North Cardinal. Guys, it's a bird colorway.
Was it Northern Cardinal?
Northern Cardinal? It could be Northern Cardinal.
I feel like maybe that was
it. That I saw. And then immediately asked for a sweater's quantity worth. Because, like, look at those colors. Look at those colors.
Absolutely necessary, yes.
On me, hello.
I'm really excited for the sweater. I'm so excited to see the sweater.
So, double checked my gauge by measuring and doing math, and then forgetting that I have to measure around my shoulders for this members for this one, because this also includes my shoulders. Redid my measurements, redid my math, redid my count. Go me!
Mm-hmm.
I'm fine. I'm right where I need to be. The only thing I skipped in this pattern was the short rows, because it would bring the neckline up higher, and I'm endeavoring to lower the necklines on all pullover sweaters as much as possible. And because I don't care which way is front and which way is back, it'll be whatever way I happen to wear it that day.
Fair.
Matching front backs is fine with me. So, done and done. Now, because this is fingering weight, I'm not putting it on waist yarn. With a lot of patience and a lot of work, I can pick up stitches on a DK weight.
Fingering not so much? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, I have 2 spare 4mm needles set aside. One's Chowgu, one is not Chowgu. It's one of the last Knitter's Pride that I have, specifically for this purpose. So I'm going to put the shoulder stitches on spare needles, and then to keep them closed, I'm going to use a super scientific method of washi tape, hanging the needles together.
Nice, very scientific.
So high tech in this place, you guys. You have no idea. What else am I going to use the washi tape for? So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to knit 2 to 3 inches of body, possibly 4 inches of body, so I have a nice stable body section. Then I'm going to go and knit the sleeves. Not because I particularly want to do the sweater this way, but because I know if I'm super sick of knitting the sleeves, when I'm done, at least I don't have to do it again, and then I just have miles of body. So it'll let me knit the sleeves and then use all of the rest of the yarn for the body of the sweater.
Oh, Susanna has confirmed it is Northern Cardinal.
Thank you, Susanna. Also, Sam's outside. And she wanted us to remember.
I'd already forgotten. It's a good thing you're here. So, I'm useless for reminders.
I have enough yardage by the mathematics, the row, and my gauge count, which my swatches generally don't lie to me terribly much. And guess what? I was only a stitch off between my gauge swatch and in the body round, so I'm doing fine.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do that. It means I have to knit sleeves, But if we're honest, we were very easily persuaded into extending the podcast anniversary by a month, and I'll take the time. It means I'm not going to be panic knitting a body at the end of the month, right?
Uh-huh.
So I would take that time because I just dislike knitting sleeves so much that I know if I can give myself a week to knit one sleeve and a week to knit the other sleeve, I'm going to feel a lot better about that. It means I can put this down when I get irritated at the sleeves, or take 2 weeks and just knit them 2 at a time, and I'll probably just knit them 2 at a time and get them done. Then they're finished, they're the right length, and I can have very little to no leftover scrap yarn because I won't be holding back a generous gram amountage to do sleeves with. Am I doing full length sleeves? Yes. Do I do this understanding that I just push my sleeves up to my elbow all the time anyway? Yes, because elbow length sleeves feel weird. It's just knowing that I can't pull the sleeve down. Just weirds. It just weirds me out. I don't like it.
But you never wear them with the sleeves down anyway.
I never wear them with the sleeves down unless I'm putting them in a coat. But I have the Gabbro sweater, like that beautiful bulky fitted sweater.
Mm-hmm.
I don't wear it because it feels weird to have elbow length sleeves. Yeah, I'm aware it makes no sense. I am aware it makes no sense. I am aware I am crazy. I am aware I am crazy. I'm still on my first ball of yarn.
Susanna wants to know if you sang happy birthday to me, and no, we have not sung happy birthday to each other at all. And I'm okay with that.
Susanna sent me a little audio file on Facebook Messenger, and she sang me happy birthday.
Oh, that's cute.
Isn't that cute? No, I sent my traditional happy level up day. Greetings to Diana. I guess I could do it for everybody whose birthdays are in March. Your birthday's in March. Happy level up day. Don't forget to save your progress at the local tavern before you store up on potion supplies and head out on your next adventure. It's a complete gaming reference. Diana gets it.
I appreciate it.
Yep. Because when you level up, you go to the tavern, you spend all of your money buying all the things you need. You save, because not all games have save points anywhere else. And then you go find something else to go loot and kill. That is how it works. Unless you're a farming game. I can farm again. I'm so happy. I may have done it for 3 hours yesterday instead of doing other things I should have done.
Yeah, well, farming is important.
I might do it for 3 hours today. No judgment. I have four games on this computer. 4
whole games, and you can have multiple tabs open.
Yep. I have been trying to make this computer hiccup, and other than the fact that sometimes I have no sound and sometimes I have no video randomly for no reason, it seems to be working fine. Absolutely ridiculous, guys. Okay, that is my second project. Oh, the yarn is Fireweed Fabrico. It lives in a bag, but if I'm honest, it lives on top of a stack of blanket knitting materials just to the side of my desk. What? Once the sleeves are on the knitting, it's perfect roundy knitting while you're waiting on hold, while you're waiting for updates, while stuff's doing whatever it is that it does. You just pick up and knit a bit. Beautiful.
I agree. Lindsay is asking, what farming game are you playing?
Stardew Valley. Though I won't lie, I put Graveyard Keeper on the computer.
I haven't played that yet. I have it. Haven't played it.
So good.
Okay.
I thoroughly enjoy it. But I also put Dorfromantik back on my computer, and that's a tile placement game. So
that one's nice and chill.
I listen to audiobooks, and I place tiles, and I try to make big forests and connect all my rivers, and have my train stations and my cities all laid out pretty and collect points. It's a very chill game. It's very meditative. I just don't know what I want for my fourth game yet. I'll decide that later. But there's so much space. There's so much space. So much free RAM. It's usable. So nice. You should talk about your second project? Third project? Second project. I have one more to go.
Out my podcast anniversary project, which I was working on mostly yesterday. I've started getting into the slightly more complicated rows where the veins on the leaf branch out.
Ooh, fancy.
So it's actually getting a little too big to spread out on these needles. So, let's see if I can get it. There we go. So you can see, no, that's not. This little bit over here. I'm just starting a new vein on the leaf, I swear. Anyway, it is definitely bigger than last time I held this up because, oh gosh, this is awkward. Anyway, so this is the maple leaf shawl. It hasn't grown nearly as much as it should have. It is happening out of...
Really easy to talk us into an extra month for the podcast.
Yeah. This is less than half done. It is a silk and merino lace yarn in the colorway Winchester (Dean) from Cloud9 Fiberworks. It's lovely grays and browns and will be a nice sort of fall colored, woody colored maple leaf when I'm done eventually.
Yep.
It's really soft. I'm so excited for this. It's gonna be really nice when I'm done.
Keep in mind, while you're yarn shopping, look for inspiration for the spring cowl cast on this coming Sunday.
Yeah, because I actually don't know what I'm making yet. I haven't decided. I've had several ideas, but I don't actually know what it's going to be.
That's fair.
Anyway, so that is probably not going to come on my trip with me just because I'd be afraid of breaking the wooden needles, dropping stitches. This is probably not going to get worked on this week, much as I would like to.
Take some roundy knitting because it's going to be knitting you do while you're chatting with people, while you're
I have a sock for that.
And waiting for things. Yeah,
I have a sock. That's way more. It'll be the thing that I talk about next, but it's your turn.
It is. Take a backup project because you have all that airplane flight to knit and listen to audiobooks.
Yes, I do plan on listening to audiobooks. There will be much audiobook.
As there should be. It's like, what, a 6-hour flight?
5, I think, but then there's airport downtime.
So about 6 hours.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I decided I love random arbitrary challenges, and the Fiber Friends do one every month with a theme. Ooh. This month's theme is around the neck. So, well, I do want to make the Up North cowl. I haven't started it. It's not the 13th of the month, and it's a fingering weight cowl at over 1,000 yards. Not happening this month. Not happening this month. Do I have the yarn coming for it? Yes, I do. Am I still going to make it? Yes, I am. Am I still going to be really excited when I'm finished? Ooh, you betcha. It's an in the round double loop long behemoth of a fingering weight cowl and all over color work.
Oh, it's gonna be so
pretty.
You say
any more Jocelyn words? I saw it initially at Stranded Dye Works. He did one. They, I think they're they. I think they might be they.
I have no idea. Can't help you.
Don't always remember pronunciations for every single person I have ever seen on the internet. I do try. There's a lot of you, and there's one brain. I may mess up, and I apologize in advance if I mess up. I will, and I will get there. I just won't get there as fast as I should. Does that make sense?
Mistakes happen.
Being human. That whole fallible
I don't know.
condition.
Humans are so messy. Ugh.
How dare I? I'm mid-stitch. I'm not even... Hang on, guys. I'm going to finish this one stitch. So I cast it on. I'm sorry, not cast it on. I put on my hook the chocolate-covered cherries wrap, which is that blanket scarf that I've talked about making a couple of times. And I went, and I didn't get the Heartland yarn that the chocolate-covered cherries wrap is made out of. I bought some Impeccable, because budgets are a real thing for me, in similar colors. So I have started, this is folded in half. This is half the length of my rows.
That's long.
Long rows. beautifully simple stitch pattern. Like when she says it's a beginner pattern, she means it's a beginner pattern. It is very approachable. The only problem I've had with this pattern, it's so simple. She teaches you the stitch repeat, and then she literally, all she has to do is give you the color changes and when to change colors. It is that beautiful of a stitch flow, which means I'm counting to 2, so I mess it up all the time. That's the pattern's fault.
No.
I can't count to 2 in any format. The only problem I have is she lists the colors as the ones she used.
Right.
So I have to remember that when she says Badlands, I'm using white. Because it's not color 1, color 2, color 3. It's the name of the color she used. Yeah.
Right.
Which is fine if you buy the yarn that she used, then you don't have a problem at all. But I did not. I bought different yarn. So there we go. It started. I have many more rows to go. There's something like 30 rows or something, and I'm on row, 9.
Yeah, well, the rows are like 6 feet long.
I added extra stitches. I added
there you
extra
go.
Stitches. So, I mean, I didn't help myself out any on this one. I did it for a reason. I wanted it to be my wingspan.
Okay. It's going to be that.
My wingspan is longer than the pattern end indicated. And I did that because my other blanket shawl, it's not a shawl, it's a scarf. The other blanket scarf wrap that I have is the same way. It's almost my wingspan. And I mean, it's short by maybe 4 or 5 inches. So it's like not even short by that much, right? But I noticed that it's just long enough to be a blanket. It's my gray woven one. And it works, but it just works. Like it doesn't have that quite that big over the top drapey vibe. Right. And I want that big over the top drapey vibe. So I added extra stitches to get to my wingspan. Because I know after I wash this impeccable and it loosens up a little bit and gets even softer, it'll be even bigger. And I want to be able to just do that loose air, in the TV shows where the airplane guys go whoosh and they throw their scarf and you get this dramatic look. Like I want that on a big overdone blanket scarf scale. And I know I needed the extra stitches to do it. I knew I needed the extra stitches to do it. So I don't know if my yardage will hold out, but that's fine. Oh no, I have to buy more yarn. That's a terrible thing, I have to say. Can I get this done by the end of the month? Guys, if I sat down and thought about it and I hadn't picked up the muscle burrow hat so hardcore, it'd be done this week. And I'd be like, hey, Diana, I cast it on and finished a thing.
Oh my God.
Which in crochet,
Don't do that to me.
In crochet, I do that to her all the time. All the time. So chocolate covered cherries is done for me in a white and a cherry and in a chocolate. Colors
makes some more sense.
Almost makes sense. Super exciting. Can I see the stitch pattern in the chocolate? Heavens, no. But I can see it in the cherry and the white, so it's fine.
Close enough.
And quite frankly, when I'm done, a 48-inch wide, 70-plus inch long blanket scarf, no one's going to see if the pattern's off by a couple of stitches every once in a while.
No. No one will know but you.
No. And I won't notice, so it doesn't matter. And if somebody gets that close to notice, they better have bought me dinner first. And it's not going to be a cheap dinner. You're taking me to a place where there's no children menus.
Mm-hmm.
I'm old enough now. I'm done with places with children menus.
Oh, Sherry says Stranded Dye Works is a he. His name is Jude.
I remembered that his name was Jude. I just couldn't remember if he went by he or by they or them. Because not everybody, because like you and I use she, her pronouns. But not everybody I know uses she, her pronouns. Not everybody I know uses he, them pronouns. Some he, him pronouns. Some use they, them. And guys, if we're honest, I call everybody love. I call everybody love. When I see you, I say, hey, love, what's going on? If I'm chatting with you, it's hey, love. If I'm saying bye, I go talk to you later. Like Diana can tell you. That's what I use. That's the pronoun I give everybody. Call everybody love. We move on. And that's how I functioned for a very long time. It saved me a bit in retail because you would see regular customers. I don't know their names, but they certainly know mine.
Mm-hmm.
And I know them. Like I know what they buy. I know what their kids like. I know but I don't actually know their names. So I just got into the habit of going, "Hey, love, what's up?" Like as my greeting. So it's an ingrained habit. So I'm trying to be aware of the fact that some people prefer different pronouns associations and doing that because I'm Jocelyn. And just call me by my name.
Mm-hmm.
Call me by my name. So on some level I don't get it, but I know that Jude has transitioned to Jude recently. So like I'm making the cosmic effort to change my programming in my brain because I need new programming now in that particular instance. Yeah. Same when Sadie became Sadie. I needed to program my brain to remember her name and not use the dead name anymore. Same idea.
It just takes time.
I need to put the effort in.
Mess up a few times, you apologize, you move on.
Yeah.
Life goes on.
Yeah. And I still call Sadie love, which Sadie finds adorable, but that hasn't changed. Why would that change?
No.
Still love. It's gender neutral. It works for everybody. Young, old, everyone in between. No? Am I wrong?
I think it works.
I have a friend who calls everybody kid. I have a friend who calls everybody kid. I'm 4 years older than him. He still calls me kid. That's what he does. Hey kid. Hello, love. What's up? You have to remember, I refer to my sibling as sibling. We will actually greet each other in public as sibling.
Mm-hmm.
If I want my niece's attention, I go, offspring, come here.
Oh, I know. People look at you funny and everybody gets on with their day.
I'm aware it's weird. It's just what I do. It's what my family does. Oh, I gotta lean forward. Diana, you're up. Ow. Holy jeebers, that hurts.
All right.
It smells like Christmas in here. I have so much wintergreen lotion on my back. Oh, smell the green. Oh, jeez.
So my roundy knitting of the moment is the Reps and Rest sock, patterned by Nikki Knits.
Yeah. Oh, she gave us a birthday gift. I haven't done my... I am such a baddie.
Yeah, you told me about that. I haven't done that either.
Oh, jeez. I'll go looking for both of us tonight, and I'll send you a couple ideas.
Yes. So, yes, this is Reps and Rest by Nikki Knits. The yarn is Manos de Uruguay. Manos de Uruguay. Yeah, those words. Allegria. Pastel Tiza. I don't know. It's like purples and blues and like lavenders. I don't know. It's some words. It's purple and blue.
Some words? It's purple and blue. Oh, I accidentally ordered a sweater quantity of yarn that you have to pay for from Erin, just based off the description she gave me.
Okay.
And she started with, you and Diana want sweater quantities of this, and I said sold, and Diana wants one too. And then she started the description with moody purple.
Yes. I agree. Uh-huh.
So I spent your money for you.
Okay.
I haven't seen this yarn yet, guys, by the way. I haven't even seen it. She just says I need it.
Okay. I just heard about it now, and I'm apparently getting a sweater quantity of it. Okay. I'm going to have a moody purple sweater at some point.
Starts with moody purple and has speckles of a deep kind of fuchsia magenta red. Yes. Do we need more description than that?
No. Give me now.
Yeah, I felt very comfortable going, and Diana needs one.
Oh, yes.
She just laughed and said, yeah, I figured. She's like, do you need to see it? I'm like, no, we're good.
No.
Just bundle it up. Tell me how much I owe you. It's fine. There are a few dyers in the world who can do that to me. She is one of them. I feel like anybody calling me going, Jocelyn, I have a self-striping Halloween yarn. Done. What do I owe you? Don't even know what colors it is. Doesn't matter. Halloween named? I'm buying it. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
We're good. Mm-hmm. Just tell me what part of my soul you would like to own, and I'll just sign it over. No problem.
Yep.
Don't lean, Jocelyn. Do not lean. It hurts. Okay, what are we doing? You were talking about a thing. I interrupted you with sweater talk. I apologize.
No, I was done. That's my sock. It's the sock that's coming with me.
I'm not caffeinated. Take a backup project. Do you have a backup roundy project? That's the first sock,
but I still have two sock, or like a whole other sock to do. So like, I'm not going to run out of sock. I don't have that much free time.
No. Well, you need to get better at knitting while you chat with workers.
I mean, I can and I will, but like at a certain point, my hands will be tired.
Yes, that's fair. It's a thing.
Oh man, I need to come up with what I have to do a presentation on Tuesday and I need to figure it out.
You not have started that before now?
Well, it's just a quick so at the end of every week my team does this this week I learned kind of thing, and it can be anywhere from 60 seconds to 5 minutes of I learned a thing this week. So we're doing a longer edition of that as the first day of our event next week.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I've got 5 minutes to talk about something that I've learned recently. So chat, help me. What have I learned recently? It can be knitting. It doesn't have to be security related. It doesn't have to be work related in the slightest.
You learned cross stitch recently.
Embroidery, technically.
Sorry, embroidery recently.
I don't know.
Video editing. Ooh, chapter titles.
Learned that,
That's
yeah.
Recent. That's a recent learn. What else is a recent learn? Recently learned that the buses or trains don't run on the weekend. I don't
Go Train does not run on weekends. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll throw some because there's only 11 of us in person, so maybe I'll throw a handful of needles and yarn in my bag and anybody wants to try. No, that takes longer than 5 minutes though.
It takes longer than 5 minutes to do you could do a small demo. The reps and rest, is that toe up or cuff down?
Toe up.
Toe up? Have you done toe up socks before? You've done toe up socks before, haven't you?
Oh yeah, that's my usual way of doing socks.
Yeah, I prefer toe up too. I don't know. I'm sure we can figure something out.
I'll figure out something.
Oh! You're learning how to pronounce Norwegian knitting patterns.
Yeah, just one.
Hey, it counts. Something you learned.
Tags and putting rugs. Rules on your website. Yes.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah. That would count.
Rita says how to frog lace. Yep.
That would count. Yeah. You've been learning things.
I'm sure I'll come up with something.
Now, if only you'd started sewing your skirt.
Yeah. Actually, I lent my sewing stuff to B, and I haven't got it back yet, so I don't actually have sewing stuff right now.
You two are killing me.
Yep.
Everybody, what are you doing for your 40th birthday? I'm going to go teach some baby 30-something-year-olds how to sew because it's distressing me.
It's just not been a necessary skill.
All right.
Cooking's a necessary skill. Laundry's necessary. Sewing just hasn't been necessary.
Should be necessary.
I mean, knitting wasn't necessary either, but
also
here we are.
Should be necessary skill. All right. In which case, if we're all done that, we're on to wool gathering. Which is all you. I want to toss a thing, but that's a bad idea.
Rita says you can say higgy, higgy, hoogie. No, I can't.
No, you can't.
No, I can't.
You could talk about the difficulties of being a podcaster and not wanting to mispronounce foreign words.
Ooh, I could resurrect the Toastmasters speech that I wrote involving getting criticism and feedback through the lens of the podcast that I did a couple of years ago. I could resurrect that speech. That's about 5 minutes.
I might do that. Always learning new aspects to that. Always learning new aspects to that.
Okay, I might do that. Okay. If I can't come up with anything else, I will fall back on that.
It's always good to have a plan B. You were going to do a Patreon ad.
I'm going to do a Patreon ad. I'm going to write down the time code so that...
Sure.
So that I can put in chapter markers much easier later.
You don't like rewatching this rambling hot mess twice?
It's just very long and I don't have that much free time tonight.
Computer. I do want to make it work.
Oh, it will. It'll get there. Right. So if you want to financially support this hot mess for some reason, you can do so at patreon.com/northernknitspodcast. Any level of support gets you access to our patron-only Discord server, where we are active at all hours of the day and the night. Frequently, I just lurk. But if you ping me and say, hey, you should make this thing, you've probably convinced me already.
So bad, bro. When you see me tag Diana in general chat, it's because I know she's there and not talking.
I know. I'm so bad for lurking in digital corners.
You should see the mod chat. A lot of it's just me going, at Diana.
Yep. I'm the worst. I'm sorry. Well, okay. Patreon. Discord. Early access to bonus content. And bi-weekly. Weekly. I don't know. Weekly-ish Experimental Tuesday posts.
Weirdly enough, I can actually go back to that because I can now have two web pages open at the same time, which means I can link to things for my Patreon posts. Guys, I couldn't open Patreon. Patreon would cause my old computer to crash.
Oh my god. That's so sad. So sad.
So I am happy with the new computer. I just need to figure out the kinks. It's fine.
Yeah. Oh, there's always kinks.
Always kinks.
What else am I forgetting? Oh, at the higher tiers of support, once a month we do an knit-in where we all hop on a Zoom call and we get to see what you're knitting. And that's nice because I get to lurk in more digital corners and it's good. The next one of those is going to be on March the 19th, so that's next Saturday. The day after I get back. Oh, that should be fun and loopy. Okay, cool.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be great.
It's going to be great. I'll be so caffeinated. That'll be at noon Manitoba time. Note that the time change happened today in Canada, so if you're not in Canada, time might be weird.
Time will be a little weird till the rest of the world has done their daylight savings time, because we are now officially under daylight savings mode again till the fall. We sprang forward.
Indeed, we did.
Diana's usual rant about time changes here.
Honestly, just from a developer perspective, time math sucks and time zones make it so hard. Time zones make it so hard, or the time changes.
I went to go call my mom this morning and I had to stop and go, wait a minute. Daylight savings is kicked in. She is now an hour behind me because for half the year we're on the same schedule.
Mm-hmm.
And if I call my mother before 10 a.m., I better be dying. So I had to wait till 11.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. No, I'm already messed up today because we stayed up super late last night and then the time change happened. We slept in late this morning and it's like... So, like, by the time we finished, quote-unquote, breakfast, it was 2 p.m.
My God.
I mean, it was a very slow, leisurely breakfast. Brunch. It was brunch. I mean, we started before noon, so it was brunch. We just did it very leisurely.
Brunch lasts till 2.
Yeah, there. So we finished at 2, so it was brunch.
It was brunch. It's just sad. Just sad.
We stayed up late last night, and the time changed. Woke up, I'm like, why is it this time already? Like, I didn't think I slept that long. Like, oh, gotcha. I understand. And then very conveniently, the clock that's in this room that I never actually got around to changing in the fall, it's the right time now.
Time again?
Yeah, it's back on time. It's great.
Yeah, my microwave and my stove are now inaccurate because people come over and they change them because it drives them nuts that they're not properly timed. Doesn't bother me, so.
Erin, take note. You need to go fix Jocelyn's microwave.
In about a month or so, she'll be like, I can't take it anymore, and she'll change the time on my microwave and stuff. Give or take. It's just totally fair because it bugs her. It just doesn't bother me, so.
It's fine. was it Patreon? Oh, we were doing quarterly movie nights, days, afternoons, quarterly movie afternoons.
Yep.
We haven't figured out
the poll for the next one's going to go up in the next day or so, because I've got an experimental Tuesday on Tuesday, so I'm going to try to get the poll up on Monday for our Patreon members to vote on to what we're going to make you watch next.
So it'll be sometime April to June for the next quarter.
Well, we pick the movie, and then I nail her down for a date. Starting in April, I go, pick a day.
Yeah, date TBD.
Yep.
I think that's all the stuff for Patreon.
It is all the stuff for Patreon.
Yeah. Okay.
As always, we super understand that budgets are a real life thing. If you can't financially support us, liking and subscribing here on YouTube, commenting and interacting with us on this social media platform, as well as others, such as Instagram and Facebook, are also a great way not just to talk to us, but share with us what you guys are working on so we can see all that's happening. In the case of all of the knit-alongs or crochet-alongs, we, both count, that we host and run, the entries are done on Instagram and Facebook. We have to use the hashtags attached to each of the knit-alongs. In the case of the podcast anniversary, it is hashtag podcast anniversary, 5ED, or 5th edition. So that way, the marvelous moderator, the Asa, can find entries and help me make sure I don't miss anybody, because Lord knows I probably have. Happens all the time.
This is why we have a moderator.
That's why we have a moderator. So we can collect all of the entries for that. As we have been alluding to in the most heavy-handed of the broadside of a 2x4 in this current episode, we are extending the podcast anniversary till the end of April, because neither me or Diana are close, and all it took was one request from a Patreon member that they'd like a little bit more time, and we went, yeah, so would we. Done. And that happened. All while I was playing a farming game and streaming on Discord. So we are easily swayed, folks. We are easily swayed. So we're going to delay the drawings and give everybody an extra month. That means if you have a current work in progress, or a WIP as it will, that you think is going to count as a wood theme, P.S. I have yet to say no. I have yet to say no. Get that done and enter, because you have a whole extra month and a bit now.
More entries.
More entries. We have one of our prizes, or two of our prizes, are some wonderful yarns donated by the lovely Erin from Fireweed Fiber Co. No, we're not letting me mail these out. Erin will take these off my hands once we've drawn names for them, and she will make sure they get to where they're going, because if I don't put it in the mail, we don't have problems. That's just how it works. The wonderful Tracy has also donated a project bag as a prize, and if the numbers and stuff are high enough, I will add more prizes on top of the free 6-month trial of the Discord group that we're offering us a prize from us. So with all that going on, and the fact that we just extended one knit along, we are starting one on the 20th. So everybody on Patreon gets to see me and Diana on Saturday, and then everybody else gets to see us on YouTube on Sunday. And then after we're done the live cast on party, we have to record for the weekly podcast. It's going to be a long weekend for Diana.
Uh-huh. So if I'm not doing podcast work, I'm sleeping is what I'm hearing.
That is accurate assessment of how your next weekend is going to go. I apologize to your husband in advance. I can't help when work flies you out to Vancouver. I have no control over that. It's just a packed weekend for us.
Keep trying to bring him to Vancouver with me. He keeps saying no, so I don't know. That's on him.
What? Okay, if he passed on a trip, that's his own fault. It's his own fault. He could have gone to Vancouver. Okay, so never mind. All of my guilt is flown out the window. I have no more guilt for him. It's hard for us to tell I'm friends with your husband, hey? We get along fine. So, with keeping that in mind, and the really, really busy weekend she's got coming up, we're going to talk about the new knit-along that's starting on the 20th. We're going to run some seasonal, well, roughly they work up quarterly cows. They're going to be themed to the equinox or solstice to which they are attached. So the start of the spring equinox cow, or Ostara, is going to start on the 20th of March with a live cast on party. The amazing Sherry has posted, well, she sent us a ton, and I do mean a ton.
A ton. So ton.
Wonderful, amazing, very difficult to pick just one. Thank heavens we run cows for 3 months. Links for inspirations for everybody. Diana posted the rules for all of it over on our show notes, which is northernknitspodcast.com. Yep. So you can check out the show notes there and the rules there, and I don't have to say them for 3 months flat. Yes. Not that I couldn't,
just knit
guys.
Something spring themed.
I could.
Just knit something spring themed.
Spring themed, and not a baby knit. That's it.
Okay.
That's it. Those are the only rules.
What about home stuff? Because I think we've got some like toys and dishcloths and stuff. Okay.
We have home stuff. I'm talking about booties, newborn booties.
Okay.
6-month cardigans.
Something that takes longer than 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And while toys are small, they are fiddly. That's a compensation for it. So, with that going on, I have to figure out what I'm starting.
Yeah, me too.
Oh boy. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So while I spend the week panicking about that, oh boy.
I have to figure out what I want to make so I can buy yarn for it tomorrow. In another city.
Yo. I at least have a whole week. Yes.
Right. Either that or I'm working from Stash.
You could work from Stash, but you might find that difficult with a spring theme. Depending on what catches your eye. Start with a pattern that you like.
Yeah.
And go from there. That makes
I'll figure it out.
So that's going on. Woohoo! For fun and joy. This is not my only live this week. I do monthly check-ins with Louise, and we had a bunch of requests for people wanting to know if we would do a mid-month sort of check-in idea, just sort of sit in and chat. Well, Louise is as busy as I am, so we are not. And I am such a fan of the secret knitting part. Like, the secret part of the knitting is the part I love the most.
Mm-hmm.
So I was unwilling to give up the secret part. And neither of us require any more work on our plate when it comes to our hobbies. We do not. But we decided this coming Thursday on the 17th, we were going to do a trial run of us just getting together and chatting about something. So we'll be knitting and chatting, and it'll be about something that's knitting related. We're just not going to be talking about the secret knitting project. So like maybe I'll talk about the progress I made on the muscle burrow hat. We'll talk about other things, or design work, or what it's like reading and swatching for patterns and stuff, or making adjustments for height and size. So like all the other things that involve knitting and crafting.
Mm-hmm.
Just not any additional projects. So we're going to give that a try and see if we like it or not. And if we do, then we'll keep to it. We'll just put it in our schedule, right? Because getting together and chatting is fun, and we both enjoy doing it. So we're going to see if that works without adding too much extra work to our plate. If that makes sense. I'm leaning again and it hurts. I got to stop it.
Stop that.
Stop leaning. So I will be live on Thursday at 6:30 Manitoba time, Central, or Daylight Saving Central, whatever. Listen, it's Manitoba time. Look up 6:30 Manitoba time and ask what time in your part of the world at 6:30 Manitoba time. It will tell you.
That's on March the 17th, right? That's Thursday?
March 17th. Yeah. Yeah,
cool.
I'll get off that just in time for the 7th anniversary episode of Critical Role. Can you believe they're only 7 years old?
That's wild.
2 years older than us. 2 years older than us.
That's wild.
Isn't that crazy? Woof. Oh, so cool. Okay.
Time's weird.
Time is weird.
I guess we've got our regularly scheduled monthly live coming up on April 3rd.
Yes, we do.
We've been doing so many lives, does anybody even care anymore? We're live on the 20th, and we're live again on the 3rd of April.
Yep.
Noon Manitoba time.
Yep. Does it count that none of these lives were supposed to be lives? They were supposed to be regular recordings?
Yeah, I know. Supposed to be. Not happening. Oh, well.
Not happening. Yeah, okay.
Oh, well. Some content is better than no content.
Just as how it works, guys. On the bright side, I'm out of wool gathering.
Me too. I think that's just books.
Just books.
Okay. Looking at the timestamp. It's an hour and 16.
Oh,
on the dot. Look at us doing Kniterature.
This thing is so long. God.
It really is.
It's a really long tube when it's done, which is really interesting because I knit inside out, right? So I have to go as far down the decreases as I dare and still be able to pull the hat through. So it's right side out. And then just do the last couple of rounds. It'll be weird. Show the hat together. Super easy for other people, a touch more difficult for Jocelyn. I know what I have to do so that the hat's got the right side out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of purl side out, it'll be knit side out. But not everybody has to. Just people who knit like I do. Cool.
Inside out and backwards.
Inside out and backwards, all the way. The joy of it is I usually check on my books on my phone, but I'm on my phone. So that's a thing.
Do you remember what you read this week? I also can't help you out with
what I was reading. I can't help you out because
what were you reading 20 minutes ago?
I was listening to the last of It's in His Kiss, which is one of the Bridgerton series books. It came out for loan on the library yesterday, and I'm just about done. I do like them. They're nice, light, fluffy bodice rippers. They're beautiful, so I rip through it. I know that I've started The Glass Hotel. Don't remember who it's by, but I'm thoroughly enjoying the read. It does a lot of time jumping, The Glass Hotel. Like, it jumps around in time and place a lot. So it's very discordant, like memories. Human memories aren't linear or straight. You sort of bounce as thoughts pop into your head. So I have to pay attention when I listen to that, because otherwise I get very confused quickly, because we'll have jumped perspectives and we'll be in a different character at a different time point, and they overlap and they meet together and they split, and it's wonderfully intricate, but it is not something you can listen to with half a brain cell. You need a whole brain cell. Half a brain cell is not going to do.
A whole brain cell?
Whole brain cell required. I remember I DNF'd
Bridgerton
the Galaxy
books
game.
I'm looking up the Bridgerton books to place holds.
Oh yeah, it's by Julia Quinn. Just put them all on hold. They're just a wonderfully light, fluffy bodice rippers. Which, if you don't know what that means, it's okay. It's a term used for the light end of romance novels. They tend to be historically set. They're considered light and fluffy because, like, the anatomical descriptions aren't, great.
There we go. 14 weeks for a collection of the first 3 books.
Sure. You need a collection of the first 3 books? Are you sure you can
Might
do
as
that
well.
in a 20-day period? Okay.
I think so. They seem fluffy.
You could also just ask for the physical copy books, because I loaned mine to Erin, and she says she's done reading them, so I could just send them to you.
That's true.
Did you just want us to put it in the mail for you?
Yeah, sure. If you want to stick stuff in the mail, I will take some books.
I can stick stuff.
See which gets here first.
If I mail it, possibly the library books. You're in jibber. Oh, what else happened? Because I DNF'd the Galaxy game. Reading The Glass Hotel. I started The House of Sky and Earth. No, The House of Earth and Blood. Then it's the new Crescent City book by Sarah J. Maas.
Oh,
House of Sky and something. Sky and Wind?
Oh, I can't help you. I don't know. House of something.
It's the second book in the Crescent series. I'm like chapter 1.
Sherry was saying about the Bridgerton books, there's a lot of heaving and turgid. Turgid?
Yeah. Swollen members. It's a lot of that sort of, yeah.
Oh dear.
I like them because they're heartwarming, because they're not complicated. They just, yeah, it's great.
Straightforward.
It's just nice, straightforward romance. And sometimes that's what you want.
Read us off to bed.
I did finish.
Thanks for joining.
You betcha. Good evening. What was the last book 1? Because I was doing Two Witches and a Whiskey.
Yeah, and then there was a thing about the dark arts and a daiquiri.
Daiquiri, which I finished, but book 1 I finished this week.
Oh,
which was
that was
3 mages and a something.
Margarita?
I think 3 mages and a margarita.
Could have been a margarita. I don't remember.
It's a basic urban fantasy. You read it and forget about it. They're delightful, and then you move on. That's what they are. So I read it. I've moved on. What else did I do this week? I think I was very distracted this week. So like I think I started another book too, but I don't remember what it is that I started. I've not, and I'm the closest one I'm finishing is The Bodice Ripper, which just tells you where my reading week has been. It's just been I've been all over the place. Does it count if I finished reading for the third time my Warhammer Army book for Night Haunts? Probably not. That's fine.
Maybe. I think it could count. It's a book. It counts.
It is a book. Technically, it's like a textbook, but it is a book.
Whatever, it counts.
So that's what I've been reading this week. All light and all fluffy. I keep meaning to take a look because what I really want to listen to is nonfiction. Like I'm feeling the nonfiction bug. So I need to get on some nonfiction lists and find some ones that are interesting in reading. Because like you got to filter the nonfiction you're not interested in.
Yeah.
And I want to learn something interesting. So I don't want biographies. I don't want true crimes. I don't want history that involves anything to do with the world wars, because it's not history that interests me. I want, for me to like a biography, it's very rare. I think there's like 3 I've read because I've caught my ear or my eye. 3. 2 books on American history outside of any schooling. Nothing in the World War history has ever interested me outside schooling, either of them. And then a lot of ancient history. But things like, you know my book tastes. I read things about like the lifespan of a human cadaver, or you know the cultural history of rain, or like that's the sort of stuff I'm interested in learning. Weird, new, interesting things.
I think I've read anything like that recently. Huh.
Yeah, I'm feeling the vibe for something like that right now. So I gotta go pull up some lists and find some books I've never read before and start reading those. And I mean, technically, is next Sunday the last Sunday of the month?
Checking a calendar. No, there's 2 more Sundays in this month.
Oh, that's good, because I haven't even started the book read club for the Nerd Book Club this month. I've already read it once, so I'm not as worried about that.
Okay. I can't remember. Last week, had I finished Ancillary Justice?
Yes.
Okay.
I think so.
After that,
we talked about it.
I know we talked about it, but I can't remember if I'd finished it or not.
I think I'm down to like 7 weeks on my hold for that one.
So it's finished, in case I hadn't finished it last week. It's finished now, like well in advance of book club, which is on Tuesday, which I can't even go to because I'm going to be away. Of course. And I'm so annoyed because I really want to talk about this one. So I think I might have to like write out a really rough like mini blog post and just send it to book club.
So I need like another 2 inches because this is my ear. I can't turn my head, guys. I hurt my back, but I have slouchy.
That looks pretty slouchy.
So I need 2 more inches from here. So I'm going to move out my clippy marker and go roughly 2 more inches. And then I'm ready to switch colors.
Nice.
And do it all again. I'm sure there's measurements on the pattern. I'm sure the pattern tells you. I'm sure I'm not looking.
Okay, books. Finished Ancillary Justice, so I started listening to Kith and Kin, which I'd started on Audible ages ago and then put down for a while.
So good!
Except then my hold on A Court of Wings and Ruin came up, and I thought that was the second book in that series, but it turns out that's Wings and Ruin is the third book. And I'm like, oh no, I don't know if should like return it, but my other one the hold might come up on the second book. So the hold came up on the second book. So I'm trying to listen really fast to A Court of Mist and Fury.
It's a good thing you got that 5-hour airplane flight.
Yeah, well, I'm like 25% in already, so
it's not
lots
hard
of airport.
To get absorbed.
I've got an hour's drive to the airport, and then some time at the airport, and then like the limiting factor is going to be how long does the charge of my Bluetooth earbuds last.
So good. It's so good. Tell me you're addicted.
I'm liking it. There's something about Feyre where I'm always like a little bit annoyed with her at first because I don't like connect, but then something happens and I'm like, oh, I understand. So I don't necessarily connect, but and I'm really liking in the second book where it's like, because the first one was like minor spoilers, but it was like happy ending and sparkles. And then second book's like, no, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. Here's a more realistic thing that actually would happen if those things occur to you.
Yeah. So I'm really enjoying the fallout from that, because it was super glossed over at the end of last book, which I get, because like, hey, we did the thing and solved the problems and saved the day. Hooray.
Yeah. And that's where a lot of stories end. Sarah J. Maas is pretty good at there's consequences for those things that we did.
Yeah,
we're going to have to deal with them now.
I am into it, and I feel like we're going to get into some like complicated emotions very shortly. We're like on the verge of some very complicated things happening. I'm really excited. So yeah, I've got a lot of hours of listening tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yay! I'm so excited.
And then I also started reading again Leviathan Falls, which again I had started ages ago, and getting through it eventually.
So good. I can't talk to you about that one until you finish it.
No, I know. Stuff's happening.
Hey, me and your husband talked about it briefly at Christmas, but there wasn't really a lot of alone time where it was just me and him, so we don't. Neither one of us want to spoil it for you. So
no spoilers.
No spoilers.
So yeah. So a thing's finished that was probably already finished, and I'm actively reading 3 things. I'm going to finish some things. I'm going to finish some books. Because I didn't start... Only Mist and Fury is new. Then that's part of a series. So I'm going to finish some things. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. I'm going to finish some things before I have to return them to the library.
Good goal. Good goal.
That's
I need to put a bunch more books on hold at the library, because when they all came up in that flurry, I read like a crazy person, and it felt great. So I need to have that happen again. So good. All right. Well, that's it then. We're all tidied up and we're done.
I think so. I think it's I think it's time for dinner.
Up to date? It is time for dinner. You're up to date on Critical Role?
No, I think I'm actually an episode and a half behind.
Le gasp.
I know. I really want to chill and watch that after I'm packed tonight. That's my plan. When I can't sleep anyway, I'm going to chill and watch Critical Role.
Totally fair. Super good, super gross. Battle scene.
Yep.
Super good, super gross. Because his ability to describe stuff is distressingly yucky.
Oh, and he can just make some sounds that are just... Why? Humans shouldn't be able to do that.
Why is that coming out of your face? Do I stop watching? No. Have I stopped watching other people who play D&D online? No. I absolutely watch them. Do I enjoy it? Absolutely.
All right.
On the bright side, if we're all caught up on chat and everything's done, I can do an outro.
I think so.
Woo-hoo. You might need supper, but I need to go to the bathroom because I've now finished 2 cups of tea in 2 hours.
Yep, same.
Oh my god. In which case, I will say, until next week, I'm Jocelyn.
And I'm Diana.
And no matter where your week takes you, don't forget to knit. Oh boy.
Do the thing, change the scene.